Every man has two characters fighting for control of his life. One wants the savage body, the visible abs, a sharp face, high energy, confidence, better women, more respect, a life he's actually fucking proud of. And the other wants the Domino's pizza, the snooze button, cheap dopamine, comfort, avoiding anything difficult, and another Monday reset. And right now, one of those characters is winning. Yeah, you can feel it. Every time you walk into a room and you feel tired and you feel soft and you feel invisible. And you're knowing that you're operating nowhere near your potential, but you convince yourself that you're fine. Because technically, your life isn't falling apart. You've got a job. You've got somewhere to live. You're getting by. You're surviving. But deep down, you know that you're living in a watered down version of yourself right now. Okay? A watered down version of the man you could be. And that is hell. That is fucking hell, okay? It's not fire, it's not demons. It's waking up every day, being trapped inside a body, a character, a life that you know you are capable of upgrading. That is hell. So one side has to fucking win. You either build yourself into a stud or you spend your whole life being haunted by him. Now, what do I actually mean when I say stud, guys? Okay? I don't mean be some loud, cocky little dickheads, you know, begging for everyone's attention, validation, trying to get noticed. I tried that, all right? A few years ago, I had this orange tan and these bright white set of veneers and a shitty little perm and was just in some skinny fat body. And I thought I was a right fucking lad. And then I got pulled back down to reality when I was on a night out in Gran Canaria. I think it was back in 2023, and some ginger twat called me fugly, called me fat. Yeah, it was a bit of a blurry night, and I laughed it off at the time. But honestly, deep down, I knew it was true. That was the facts, guys. I knew it was true. I knew I was living below my potential. I was just trying to be loud. I believed in my own propaganda, but I hadn't actually built myself into anyone worth noticing. It was that simple, guys. Like, you don't become the man by announcing that you're the fucking man. Yeah, you become him by actually producing proof. Like, a stud is a man who can actually build himself into someone he generally respects. He's lean, 10 to 12% body fat, muscular, just physically immaculate, holds himself to a high standard. Yeah, year round, visible abs, sharp face, broad shoulders, proper chest, just an aesthetic physique. Okay, he looks good with his clothes. He's high energy. That is what it's about, guys. He actually backs himself in life. Yeah, he doesn't walk in a room just desperately hoping that someone will notice him. He's literally built himself into that. Okay, he's built himself into someone worth noticing. And underneath the physique is a man who runs his days instead of letting life just literally bend him over and fuck him up the arse. That is the character we're building. Because I know what it feels like, guys. Okay, I know what it feels like to feel invisible when you walk into any room, to not be noticed by any girls and on nights out and then just having to settle for the fat one. I know what it feels like, yeah? But you need to end this civil war, okay? Like, I lived it for years, guys, but eventually one side has to fucking win. So first things first is you need to stop chasing confidence, and you need to actually start collecting proof. Yeah, you need to actually start building a bit of self-respect in yourself. Like, everyone says they want confidence, but most people, they chase it in all the wrong places. They chase it on nights out and with designer clothes and cars and all this shit, guys. Attention, trying to be the loudest person in the room. You get a lot of fat guys these days. In my case, I bought a bright white set of veneers. Okay, it was that simple, guys. And all this material shit, it doesn't fix the actual problem. Like, you can buy the clothes, you can sort your teeth out, you can go out every weekend and try chase a couple mingers and just fake confidence, pull these girls. That's what I would do from time to time. Most of the time I would go home empty-handed and just spent hundreds of quid, and I'd still look in the mirror and I still feel like shit. Yeah, I still feel like shit. So you actually need proof. You need to stop convincing yourself you're the man, and you need to actually become him. You need to build it through evidence, through self-respect. Okay, self-respect is earned through proof, and proof that you can actually, like, you say you're actually going to do something, you actually fucking do it. Yeah, when you say you're going to start training, You go to the gym. When you set a time to train, you train at that time. You said you were maybe going to wake up early. You wake up early. Yeah, you get out of bed when the alarm goes off. Okay? Maybe you said you were going to clean up their diet. Then you stop negotiating with yourself with every bit of food. You stop all this mindless eating. And you actually fix your diet. You actually start eating from whole foods. Like every time you follow through with that, you start building a little more self-trust with yourself. You start stacking the wins. You produce the evidence. And that is where the real confidence comes from. Not by fucking shouting affirmations in the mirror and all this gay shit that you see online. All this fake it till you make it bollocks. It's all bullshit, guys. Yeah, you don't consume a load of self-development content but never actually change anything in your actual life. I know I've done that for months, just mentally masturbating and all this shit, guys. Like, it gets you nowhere, okay? Like, you don't convince yourself the man. You literally build yourself into the man. You design the character. Like, we're not just creating a body here. We're not just getting in shape. We are creating a specific character. So stop asking what kind of body do you want and start asking questions. Who is the bloke that already owns that body? How does he speak? How does he actually carry himself? What does he tolerate? Okay, what does he refuse to tolerate? How does he train? How does he eat? All this stuff, guys, yeah? All right, this is what you really need to get clear on. What does his actual weeks look like? What does it look like when life throws these crazy, unexpected things at him? Because they will, guys. Because you're not just building shoulders, arms, and some fucking chiseled chest. You are designing the complete man. Okay? A fucking year-round stud. But the problem is I see with loads of guys when they go into the gym, guys, they're just going through the motion. Yeah, they want to look like the blokes in the films, on the Insta algorithm. But what is the point in building the physique if you're still the same insecure, disorganized, brain dead, low energy fuck underneath it all? Okay, you need to actually build yourself into the complete character, the traits, the skills, the habits, the standards. You know, I know for me, guys, when I first started my fitness journey, I think it was back in, well, it was 2023, I always had Ronaldo's physique. Okay, I always wanted that type of physique in my head. And I would get up every morning, I write it down in my journal. I still do journaling to this day, guys. This is my morning process. And it wasn't because I wanted to become Ronaldo, but I just wanted that lean, that athletic, that sharp look, you know, that represented the standard. And it just gave me a clear image. And this is what I call my identity calibration. I just get crystal clear on who I'm actually building. Like even now, I'm building something else with my, you know, with my current physique. I'm designing a specific character right now, a size, a body fat percentage, all of this, guys. It becomes a lot easier to actually become that guy when you can just align with that. Okay, like, and you just start cutting out all these habits that are out of aligned with him. And every man has a default character. Like the problem is most blokes, they never consciously choose theirs. They just become whatever environment, you know, what their environment keeps repeatedly pulling them into. Like the same environment. If you're hanging around fucking losers, doing drugs, getting fucked, staying out to 3 a.m, you know, fucking all these 5 out of 10 birds, doing the same weekend loop, the same inputs, all that's going to happen is 5 years will go by and you're the same bloke. Like nothing's changed. Okay, that input's never fucking changed. So design the character properly. Okay, obsess over it, guys. Have healthy obsession. Like literally just become full of yourself. I know a lot of people don't say this, guys, but be obsessed with being better. Okay, literally have blinkers on to everyone else around you. Yeah, like you literally need a healthy level of self-obsession. I think it was Matthew McConaughey. I think it was on a podcast once. I think it was Modern Wisdom or one of it. And one of the lines he said, who else am I supposed to be full of? And I fucking love that, guys. Yeah, because people say, you know, people around you, when you start hitting the gym, when you start hitting your macros and you just start looking better and getting more confident, people will say that you're so full of yourself. Like, good. Fucking good. I hope I am, because who else am I supposed to study? Who else am I supposed to improve? Who else am I supposed to invest in? Like, you're the one who has to get up and look at yourself in the mirror every single day. Yeah? You have to wake up and look at yourself in the mirror. So why the fuck would you not be obsessed with building yourself into the most capable version? Okay? In your body, in your energy, in your knowledge, in your opinions. State your opinions like it's your life. That is not arrogance. That is healthy obsession, okay? And healthy obsession is just actually taking responsibility of becoming better. Becoming better than the person you were a year ago. Becoming better than the person you were a month ago. Becoming better than the person you were yesterday, okay? We always want to kill ourselves. We always want to grow. Yeah, we always want direction. We always want purpose in life. So once you design the character, guys, there is a very simple question. Like, what proof do you actually have that you're becoming him? Okay, and this is where you start building the body. Yeah, if you've not been going to the gym right now, first things first, get in the gym. It's literally visible proof. That is where the physique comes in, okay? You need to actually prioritize the body first, before anything. Yeah, before anyone hears you speak, the first thing they see is you and your body, okay? And I don't care what anyone says. I judge people in 2 seconds. Everyone judges everyone in 2 seconds before they even open their mouths, before they know their personality. All this debate around looks and personality. Your personality will come out when you build yourself into the most capable version of you. It's that simple, guys. Okay, so stop looking for it in the pub. Stop looking for it through alcohol and drugs and all these one-night stands. Just start carrying yourself properly. Start actually raising your standards. Like, do you actually look like a lean, healthy, powerful, switched-on version of you right now? If you're actually looking at your body, or does your body literally advertise years of comfort and just shitty habits? Yeah, it's that simple, guys. Okay, first impressions matter. Looking good matters, but society will tell you otherwise. Okay, so stop pretending it doesn't. Like, ignore all these mediocre fatties around you, and only listen to people who actually have the outcome you want. Okay, maybe that's the physique, maybe that's the mindset. Yeah, okay, we need to get very fucking clear on this, guys. Like, how do you actually want to feel, and how do you actually want people to actually respond? To you. It's that simple, guys. Like, you need to literally just get lean. You need to actually get yourself down to anywhere from 8 to 12% body fat. You need to sharpen the face up. You need to buy clothes that actually fit properly. And, just feel comfortable with taking your shirt off and not needing 12 weeks notice and a fucking pump and perfect light and all this, guys. Okay? Like, women notice you when you're in shape, guys, when you actually respect yourself. Other men notice you when you respect yourself. They know what it takes. They know the work. Yeah, you're not invisible anymore, and that's a good feeling, guys, okay? As men, we're competitive. We want to look better. We want the fittest women. We want the status. We want the confidence. And yes, some people will say that's shallow. Like, who gives a fuck? That's the way I see it, guys. Like, it's real life. Yeah, it's real life. Like, every man deserves to experience what it feels like. Just become the physically best capable version of themselves, okay? And the physique is the starting point of that. Like, it's not going to solve every problem in life, but trust me, it's nearly going to fix fucking everything. Like, it is. It's going to fix how people perceive you, how you actually perceive yourself. I know I said I had depression, I had anxiety and all this over the years, and body dysmorphia. And, every man still has a little bit of body dysmorphia. But once you experience being lean and sharp and just generally proud of the body like you've built, and you're getting that respect, guys, like, you can't go back to being soft and sluggish. Just that simple. It's impossible. Yeah, like, you can't go back to feeling invisible. It's fucking hell. It's hell, guys. You're drifting away from the character that you've literally brings the best version of you out. Okay, like, the character in your head should start appearing in the mirror. Yeah, this is like the first undeniable piece of proof, guys, that you're becoming that character. Okay. And so you need to actually start training like a stud. This is where the gym is such a powerful tool. I don't really want to go stereotypical, but you go in there, you build out the frame, you just look fucking sick. Like, you're chasing that movie star look, just aesthetics. We ain't chasing some mass bodybuilder, but we do need muscle. Yeah, we do need muscle. We need to be training like a psychopath with real fucking intent. I was speaking to a client the other day inside my elite program, and he basically asked me the question, like, how do you get in the mood to train properly? And my advice was very simple. And look, I don't bullshit people. It's that simple, okay? I want to pull the best version of them out. So, he had a lot of doubts about losing body fat. He didn't believe he could literally do it. And I said to him, you ain't going to hear this anywhere else, guys. I said to him, you need to get into the state. You need to get into the mindset where you're going into that fucking gym and you're believing you're better than everyone there. Okay? And people hear that and say, what a prick. Like, personally, I couldn't give a toss. Like, look at every elite athlete. Like, you can't tell me they're not, you know, entering the competition believing they're better than everyone else. They are. You know, I go into the gym, I get the headphones on, and I believe I'm better than everyone else. And you should believe that you're better than everyone else. Okay, like even if you don't believe it right now, like fuck your emotions, fuck that inner voice in your head. Okay, get yourself into that state that is going to pull the best out of you. That is going to make you attack their movements. That's actually going to make you progress in the gym and train with execution and intensity. Okay, like not being another little melt, just going through the motion and scrolling between sets. Like I'm going in the gym now, it's like a social club, guys. Yeah, you need to train like a fucking savage. You need to build the body. Because if you do that properly and not just go through the motion, you will build yourself into a different bloke in the process. It's that simple. Because the physique, that is the first visible sign, but your standards start changing. Okay, the man in your head starts appearing in the mirror. And once that happens, you're no longer running, you're no longer imagining what confidence might feel like. Okay, you actually get to experience it. And every man needs to experience it. They need to experience that. True confidence, guys. Okay, like comfort is literal hell for the man. And like people will call you obsessed, they'll tell you to relax and enjoy yourself and take some time off. You know, when you're going psycho on the body, maybe you need to chill out, man. All this bollocks, guys. But I'm telling you now, needing pints, needing takeaways and cheap dopamine and having, you know, just completely no lack of structure to your week, to your day is far more obsessive to me. Like, especially in the UK. Like, seriously, look around you guys. Yeah, literally everyone chasing comfort. Okay, like comfort is not easier. Comfort is fucking hell. Yeah, it's hell, guys. It's hell for any ambitious man. Okay, like it might feel easier in the moment, but trust me, 5 years later, it's going to feel a lot worse. Yeah, 6 months later, it's going to feel a lot worse. 1 week later, it's going to feel a lot worse because you have to live in your body, guys. Okay? And if you're living in some low energy state where you lack the confidence and you have all this brain fog and headaches, you know, I was actually on my story the other day and I was talking about headaches. I couldn't tell you the last time I had a headache. I couldn't tell you the last time I was ill. And all of this, all right, you might get the odd stomach ache. That's normal. But like, that is not normal. You know, having headaches all the time, feeling tired, waking up, that is not normal, guys. Yeah, it's that simple. Okay? I was even thinking, on my morning walk, guys, I like to record my thoughts as well. That's something I've been doing recently, and that's gave me a lot of clarity. And one thing I wrote down was, I used to get a proper buzz off doing shit that other people didn't want to do. Hitting my macros. Training when I couldn't be asked. Yeah, I used to literally force myself to go to the gym. I still go to the gym every single day at the same time. You know, maybe even just grab a coffee. I'm not always training every day, but I do it out of habit. I used to go for these runs at 2:30 a.m, at 3 a.m. Just doing things that people thought were weird. You know, they call me a weirdo. I used to get called Patrick Bateman all the time for my extreme routine and stuff like that. And I still get up at 3:30 these days. And that's quite late for me, in all honesty. But that doesn't mean I'm telling you to wake up at 2 a.m. and go for fucking runs and all of this, guys. Like, you don't need to make your life miserable and live like some monk to stay in shape. But I mean, stop treating every minor bit of discomfort like a sign from the universe that you should completely give up. And just ignore any people around you that aren't where you want to be with your body. Okay, all of it's outside noise, guys. Yeah, start to get in the gym, start building the physique. But again, just building the physique is not enough. Okay, it's good. It's a good fucking start, guys. But you can be lean, you can be sharp, and you can still have a week that is an absolute fucking car crash. And this is where the man on the calendar comes in. Okay, like look at it like this, guys. Okay, because you have the man in your head, the vision, the man in the mirror, the proof, and the man on your calendar. That determines whether you actually hold the shape, whether it actually lasts, whether it's actually sustainable. I've been there, guys. Okay, looking lean, looking sharp, looking good in the mirror, being about 10% body fat, but I still felt low energy day to day. I still felt reactive in the morning. I don't give a shit if you've got in shape before. I was unable to hold the shape for years, guys, because I didn't have the structure around it, all right? The physique. It can change how you look at yourself. It can make you feel better for a little bit of time. But if you lose it, what is the point, guys? Like, you can have abs and you can still wake up having no fucking clue what you're doing to your day. You're training at random times. You're choosing all these random sessions. You can still get in shape and do that. You can eat so-called healthy. But there's no real setup there. Sleep, that's a big one. That's a big one over the years that I skipped, okay? Just all these shitty habits, like just constantly reacting to life. Like, you can still get in shape and you can still just be a complete head fuck, guys. Like, I like to look at this. You have too many tabs open in your mind right now, and you're just guessing what to do. You're guessing what to train today. You're guessing what to eat today. Shall I do it tomorrow? Shall I start properly tomorrow? And all this disorganized shit is renegotiating your whole life, guys, every morning. Yeah, that constant decision, that is draining the energy. Okay, and energy is everything. And you can feel busy, but you're still not moving forward. You're still not moving forward every single day. You can feel productive, like you've been going to the gym 5-6 times a week, but your physique, it still hasn't changed in 2 years. Because I hit a plateau, guys, and that's just too many tabs being open. There's no predictability, there's no operating system. So you need a proper daily and weekly setup. All right, you need your calendar to actually support the character that you want to design and who you actually want to be, guys. Yeah, like what it should show on that calendar is when you wake up, when you train, you know, what time you train of the day, where are the work blocks, the evening blocks, all of this, guys. Like, just get this, you know, I get this all systemized. Yeah, we're not relying on motivation here. Motivation's gay, guys. Yeah, motivation changes every fucking 5 minutes. All right, we need to remove all this permanent noise. We need the daily setup, guys. We need to install the stud operating system and just be operating like a fucking machine. So, firstly, guys, you need a clear physique roadmap. All right, this is why I give all my guys inside my elite, you know, just a clear roadmap of where they are right now, where they know they want to be, you know, their current body, where they want to get to, phase by phase, guys. And we're just refining on a weekly basis. So you literally know, so you're clear, so it's predictable. Yeah, so it's actually progressing forward. So we can actually sustain it as a lifestyle. That is what it's about, guys. Okay, it's about lifestyle. It's about seeing fitness as a lifestyle, not some fucking phase. Not some phase that you just get in shape, guys. I'm not giving people a training program and some calorie targets and telling them to crack on. We are literally getting a complete setup around the physique, around your work, around your life. Okay? Planned out, phase by phase. Peak aesthetic training blocks, guys. Okay? We want to be training for aesthetics. We want to be training to look like a fucking stud. We don't need to be training to look like a bodybuilder and just wiping ourselves out all day and just constantly digesting food. And again, a weekly structure blueprint, you know, day to day, mapped out, guys. So you're literally clear on everything that you're doing. Every hour of my day is mapped out. And people call that obsessive, guys. But I just like it organized. I like it simple. I like clarity. And that is what's going to give you clarity. You know, a lot of people are just waking up and guessing. Do not fucking guess, okay? We want to get the nutrition actually organized for peak energy, for peak focus, you know, peak gym performance, guys. You need to actually build it into a lifestyle so you can actually hold the body. Because getting lean is one thing, but actually building it where you can stay lean year round and have the energy and just be constantly progressing in the gym. That is the real goal, guys. That is the biggest goal. Yeah, the gym is not your whole life. It should be taking up 45 minutes to 90 minutes a year day, but it's a starting point, guys. Okay, it's a starting point for everything moving forward. You get in shape and you just maintain it, guys. It's that simple. Because getting in shape is the easy part, guys, but it's very difficult to build that, you know, maintain that as a lifestyle. Okay, and then just end up back at the same fucking old bloke that you were before and just fucking off the sessions and having all these gay off seasons. Like, there is no off season. So looking good, guys. Yeah, we want a 365 days of the year standard. We don't need perfect days, but we do need standards that never disappear. Like, you follow the roadmap, you follow the training plan, the nutrition setup, the weekly structure. That is how the man in your head starts appearing on your calendar. And once the calendar matches the character, guys, fitness stops being some fucking phase. Well, I used to get in shape for a holiday, guys. It just becomes part of who you are. And yeah, guys, it's that simple, okay? And now, you know, when you're becoming that character, it doesn't mean that you need to wake up every day being 100%. There will be days, you know, life throws unexpected shit at you. Jobs, relationships, maybe family members passing. Maybe losing people, like I say. You know, I lost my mum last year. Health problems, all of this, guys, you know, money issues. Yeah, but your day cannot constantly always be proper, guys. Like I have days where I'm not that asked to go to the gym, but you never lose character. Okay, you never lose state. If you drop in energy, guys, you just need to raise it back up. You know, people have these low hours and then they let it become a low week and then they fall straight back off. They're back in the old identity, guys. So we need to stop this immediately, okay? We need to stop with all this, I'm having a shit day, and actually work it backwards. Like, why do you feel like that? Have you moved enough today? Have you eaten anything fucking processed in your diet that didn't digest well? Have I slept properly? Like I say, that was a big one for me. You know, I was getting like 5-6 hours, guys, and I was losing muscle and all of this. Are you hanging around low frequency losers that are literally draining you? Maybe people that you actually need to cut out. This is why having consciousness is important, and you need to actually know how to recharge it, because you're not always going to be in the mood, guys. But your mood doesn't randomly dip for no reason. Yeah, you need to actually get yourself into a better state. Like it's feedback of your environment and your inputs, guys. It's that simple. If you get these low frequency dips in the afternoon and all of this, guys, I know for me, guys, something I do to pull me right back to character is my razor frequency workout. Okay, I like to get a little pump in the morning. I like to get my energy back up. Yeah, like stops me fucking dipping. I start getting some press ups in. I don't really give a shit where I am. I don't give a shit if I'm in Tesco's car park, for all I care. I will drop to the floor and I'll start getting the press ups in. It's that simple, guys. You can get all 10 down below. It's my habits, my CC10 daily habits. One of my CC10 daily habits, okay? But I'll just drop to the floor. I'll start hammering the press ups in. Maybe swing a couple dumbbells about. Just get a quick fucking pump. Maybe flex in the mirror. Just get some blood moving. And that usually raises my frequency back up, because sometimes you don't need some motivational video. You just need to move your fucking body. And I always come back to, I always come back a different person, guys. I always come back a higher state. I'm just raising my frequency. And again, raising your frequency, it doesn't always mean training. Sometimes you can do with fucking cleaning your house. Maybe your room looks like a bomb's here. Maybe you need to go for a walk on your own. Okay, maybe you need to invest in that coach, that mentor that's actually going to move you forward. Get into the rooms. Get away from the noise or the fucking mediocrity of the world. Yeah, change your environment, even your digital environment. I used to have breathers of social media, you know? Like even building a great body, guys, and just becoming a stud, you need to start thinking and operating like no one else around you. Yeah, and instead of just becoming some fucking stereotypical drifter in your hometown. Okay, you need to get yourself back into the right state. That is the point, guys. Yeah, stud is not operating at 100% every single day, but you know, he's returning to his exact state, guys. So stop chasing confidence, stop all this gay shit and motivation and all this, guys, and just start collecting proof. Start designing the character, start building the body, start installing the operating system. And when your state drops, know why. Yeah, know why. And just learn from it and know how to actually reboot it. All right, because you don't want to let 1 hour turn into another wasted year. Okay, like become the man that you envision in your head, the vision, the mirror, the man in your calendar, guys. Okay, that is the system that will keep him alive. Get all those three lined up and that civil war in your head will stop. Okay, because you either build yourself into a fucking stud or you live a life of hell. Let's go, guys.